Right. So, big topic going on in the real estate industry right now is this whole eviction ban that's happening. I don't know if you saw where the NAR went to go meet with President Trump
Yeah,
and his administration right
I
now.
did look at that.
Yeah, they're kind of concerned about what's happening. I'll go ahead and pull up the article real
Yeah, I
quick.
want to pull that up too.
Yeah. So, really, what the reason that they went to go talk to his administration, they're just concerned about long term. It's like they're doing the eviction ban, eviction ban. I don't know. Every time I say that, that sounds weird. Just no evictions, basically. But they're looking long term because, like, if you tell your tenant that they don't have to pay for X amount of time till January 1st of next year, where does that money come from, right? So they're trying to figure out a long-term solution because they're afraid that at the end of that, people aren't going to be able to pay that money back to their landlords. So
that is that. This can kind of melt into our. Is there going to be a 2021 housing crisis, right?
Yeah.
So this could be one of those factors, because this is going to infect investors that hold rentals that could end up affecting their personal incomes.
Yeah.
So that could have a trickle down effect that would cause some sort of housing crisis.
What do you think a long-term solution would look like for this?
Look, right now there's guidelines that they've set out that evictions aren't impossible. They're just not encouraged. Like, if someone's not paying their rent due to an actual problem that they've had due to COVID, let's just be human. Let's just be empathetic. Let's work with these people. And a lot of banks are working with investors. I know my bank was happy to give me forbearance for 3 months on my investment properties. They actually said, "Hey, we're giving you forbearance." We didn't go to them and ask for it. They just gave it. So
does that like hurt you as like a business owner? Does that hurt your like credit score or anything?
Forbearance in this situation did not hurt our credit.
Okay, so it's not going to show up on like a future.
Where it hurt us was if we wanted to go do more. Like if we wanted to buy something else, or if we wanted to refinance our current situation and we took forbearance, they've made us wait until we're out of it, and we've made 3 consecutive on-time payments.
Okay.
So does that make sense?
Yeah.
So the bank helped us get in a cash flow positive situation with no payments for 3 months. We were able to collect $6,000 or $7,000 because of that, with no debt obligation. And then we got to turn around and work with our renters that were affected. If they weren't affected, they said, "We're not affected. We can keep paying you." But if the people that were affected, we just became humans. We understood their situation, and we got grace, so we gave grace. But if there is no grace, how are we going to continue to give grace if we're going to be back to debt obligation, right?
Right. Yeah.
So that's the thing is if they're affected by COVID and that affects us, then we also need some forgiveness. Some understanding.
And this whole eviction ban thing is sort of subjective too, because basically you have to be able to prove to your landlord that like, oh, I can't pay this because of COVID, and here's why. And a really good lawyer could come back and be like, that's working for the landlord, could come back and be like some sort of like really great rebuttal to it, and then that starts the process.
It's still subjective to the situation. So it's not like you as the renter can predatorily take advantage of your landlord at this point. But if your landlord tries to take advantage of you because of your situation, then there's big penalties for that, right? Right now there's like jail time involved for trying to evict somebody that has been affected by COVID, that they can prove that they've been affected by COVID. So you need to tread lightly on how you're treating people. And in communities like ours, communities like the New River Valley, if you're not sympathetic and willing to work with your people, and you demand of things of them in tough times, that will spread. Your business will be put on a list that the public knows is predatory, and they will not give you high recommendations, and it could affect your bottom line big time. So like talking to all the landlords, it's just not. It's not the right thing to do. The right thing to do is the right thing to do always and forever. So when you stop doing the right thing for people, it's going to affect you. You know, karma is actually a real thing.
Yeah.
You know?
I think a lot of landlords around here are pretty willing to work with people because we're in a really small area.
I know
But I feel like
I know a landlord in this community sent out letters to their clients or to their you know, renters, their tenants, saying that no matter what, you owe rent.
yeah, I really think that this problem isn't directly involved with us. I think it's more of these bigger cities where it's like there's a ton of people going in and out of the city, moving in and
Right.
out. So like they could treat their people really badly, but then you know you have like 1 million people moving into your city in the next year, then it's like.
And this is really supplied to protect the people with low income housing options. You know, it's probably more to protect them and the landlords that see no humanality within the situation. All they see is the bottom line of their numbers. You know, and there's people out there like that. When you own 500 units, it's all numbers. It's not actually a human being at that point. It's a dollar game only, right? So that takes a little bit of the ability to like express human feelings when it's that at scale, right?
Yeah. Customer service is always key when it comes to things like this because that's what's going to bring you the most money later down the line.